So in this part, you want to make sure you got plenty of the purple shots, and then we're going to pick up an acid bottle. The acid bottle is very important, but the purple ones are good to have too. And then also the Molotov. We'll get all that up here. So you just want to check your resources and make as much as you can, but make sure you're balanced. And wait, don't make too much. Make enough to get through here. We're going to want 2 purples coming through here. And I'm going to show you why right now.
Sector. Critical error. Containment lockdown failure.
And then once we're able to make the acid bombs or bottles, then we're going to want to make more of those. Now that guy right there is why we want them. Now the acid bottles work better on them, but we don't have those yet. So we got to do with the purple. And pick up all the empty bottles you can, because that's how we're going to craft them. Alright, now these guys, they can't see, they're blind, which he just said, so you guys know that. Light doesn't bother them either. Actually, I figured out light doesn't bother anything. If you have your flashlight on, it doesn't make a difference. So you want to sneak up and do just like so. Now, if you don't kill them and you're sneaking by them because you don't have a shot or for whatever reason, be careful here because the noise will attract them. We'll have the code for that soon. The only thing that's here is this bottle. So don't waste your time like I did. Now we do want to open this door. And this brings you back to your save. And then, like I said, always check your crafting just to make sure that you're well equipped, because you don't want to be sitting there without the right stuff. Not just that, you can see what you still need to make what you need. Alright, so we got another one over here up on the ceiling. So you want to throw a bottle so it brings them down. And then we're going to sneak up behind them, but don't go right up to them. They kind of designed this part where you can't kill him right away. Like, he's going to catch you half the time if you try to do it right now, or as soon as he gets down. You want him to walk up and turn all the way around and then get behind him. You see how he's angled? You can't get him right now. So he's going to come towards us, and then he's going to turn back around, and then we're going to get him. Rambo style. That's one ugly mug right there, dude. Looks like straight brain and muscle. Alright, so now we're going to take our time, get up behind him. Wham! Alright, one less problem to worry about. Make sure that guy on the bed, he can wake up. He does, I think. At least at one point he's going to. So now we got to take care of these fools, and this is where we're getting the acid bottle. So we want to cut up in here, go left, right behind this shelf, pick up this bottle. Alright, so that thing does a lot of damage to the liquors. The one that was on the ceiling. It will hurt these guys, but it's better to save them for the liquors. I think these guys, the best one's the Molotov. I like to group them up and hit them like that. Now there's a guy hiding in this back corner, so we want to be careful how we do this. Let's first see what we can make. I like to have like 2 of everything, but I also like to have the purple, at least 1 or 2. So I'm gonna make that from the knife. A good thing with the knife to do is to use it until it's like almost broken and then break it down for scrap. Alright, so we're gonna bust him in the head, run up and push him, back up. You know, as soon as we see him. Alright, he's done. Alright, so we're just gonna rush him, shoot him, push him, and finish him off. Damn, I wasted 2 bullets. Alright, so now when this happens, if I lose bullets like that, and now I'm gonna lose heals, I'd rather almost just restart. In a sense. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Oh, get your hand out of there. Disgusting. I'm going to grab this key. So in this game, when you do something like unlock something, grab a key, it usually like triggers more enemies to come out. So there's going to be a guy around the corner here. Right there. Hey, buddy. Once you see them move to the side like that, they're dead. So don't waste any more bullets. Let's stab him in the wiener. Well, he don't even have a wiener. He has like cottage cheese, you disgusting son of a bitch. Alright. So the next step here is going to be opening this door and the other door. And chances are, if you're watching this video, this is what you're having trouble with, is this key. Now, where this key is kind of crazy because it's right in your face, but I believe the way they designed it is to where you just overlook it just because of the nature of what happens where the key is. And you're about to see what I'm talking about. If you want to skip right to it, there's a timestamp in here. Just click it, see where it is. You don't have to watch all this.
Alright. I'm not dead yet.
And here's the other door. This is what you would need the key for. Alright, so you want to check the box. Make sure you got everything you need. An extra blood thing would be good, because you're going to need it. And then we want to see what we can craft. Alright, so right here I mess up and get his attention. You don't want to do that. And I didn't want to waste my acid bottles either, so I'm just going to skip this. Yeah, so this part's actually really easy. I was just careless and made a little too much noise. But you can go right up on this dude. I mean, you can flash him in the light, in the face with light. It don't matter. You just can't be super loud or you're done. So you want to trigger this. All right. So here's the crazy part everybody misses. Look behind her right now. There's the key.
All right, Leon.
So
Be
that
careful.
top left screen is showing me grabbing the key. So you want to grab it from right here. And now we're going to go sneak by the liquor. Leon, I'm up here. So fast forward 100 years and we are by the liquor. Yeah, right here. Definitely just creep by this guy because you're going to need all the stuff you can get. You don't want to waste it on this. And this is what I was talking about. He's not that hard. You just got to go quietly and you got to crouch and you're good. See? You don't even see the light. So we use it here. And we're going to use it over here. But we're going to go this way first, and I'm going to show you why.
Threat level red in storage sector. Rebooting AI control center. Noah.
Oh, no.
Alright, so now we can make that stuff that kills the lickers, which helps a lot. And right here is a safe. So now we got 2 safes that aren't open. For now. Won't be for long. Uh-oh. Can't be doing that. Yeah, always check your map. Make sure you didn't miss anything. Gonna need all the bottles we can get. Alright, now we're gonna open this baby up. Right over here. I don't think there's anything in this room. I'm gonna be careful. I don't see anything in a reflection, so I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. So now we're gonna head down here. That item through the glass, don't even bother. You can't break the glass. You just gotta be patient. That time will come. Alright, so down here we got to be extra careful on how we strategize killing these people. But first we're going to go here to the right, grab these items, grab a safe code, and then we're going back up. But we might kill one before we go. We're here, 10, 90, 20. But you don't have to remember them. I like to, but you don't. Go ahead and kill him now. And just leave them. Now the reason you want to do that is because you don't want to attract them all at once, obviously, but you got the ones that only hear sound, and then we got a couple guys that are on their feet down there. And you don't want to get to shooting one of those and then the other ones hear you and then they're all over there. So you really want to systematically take these guys out with a Rambo strategy. Man, sometimes I wish I could mute Grace's little grunting. Like at first it was cool, but then before you know it, you're like, I don't even want to get into what that kind of sounds like. Yeah, dude. She needs to quit smoking or something. For an FBI agent, she's pretty weak. Alright, sweet. Molotov, med injector, hand ammo. Handgun ammo. We needed all of the above. Alright, so now before we head back, we're going to go open this door and get the stuff out of here. And it's much better to do it in this order. Alright, so be ready once you open this chest over here. We're going to need this to open the main door. Good one. Now that's how you use a bomb. You gotta reserve the resources, bro. Okay, this fucker's gonna wake up. In his knee. It's better than up his butt and stuff. Like what's been happening to me, bro. And stabbing people in the dick. It's like, really? I need blood, not bone marrow. Alright, this room's pretty clear. Let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. There's nothing else we need. Alright, so now we're back to where we were. We're gonna go pick up this blood. And then the way we gotta kill this guy, we gotta kill him first. Do realize we only have one of these bombs. You wanna kill him first. Because if you don't, we're gonna have to deal with him. There's another guy here. And see, if you shoot this guy before you kill the liquor, he's just gonna jump on you. The liquor will. Alright, I'll stab you in the foot. It's not bad. I've done worse, unfortunately. Alright, sweet. See, no, the problem is with these dudes. Oh, I hope I got some blood. Yep, sweet. Yeah, but the problem is you shoot one of them, and if a liquor's around, he's going to hear you. And he's gonna go off because they only can hear, they can't see nothing, as you already know. Nice, a hip pouch. That helps a lot. Got some more ammo. Love it. Love it. Need it. Alright, so now we gotta do this very cautiously because we don't want him to see us. If he sees us and comes over here, that's fine. But you don't want it to where you're shooting him before this one here is dead. Or you gotta pull him all the way out. Where the hell is he? There he is. Now there's a second licker behind him. So when I kill him, he's gonna come out. See, this is where you gotta be careful. Yeah, that can get ugly real quick. Uh-oh, we got a dick stab. Right in the taint. Oh. Oh. That was absolutely horrible, dude. Here's another one. Oh. Dude, I think they did that on purpose, bro. Get resources out of the gooch. Oh. Oh, that's so rough, dude. Here's our other combo. 50, 60, 80. And here's going to be a little surprise. Thing, some hip marrow. Oh, thigh marrow. I always check to make sure there's nothing I can craft to get the blood while it's right in front of me. So I'm going to look right now. Yep. Sweet. Okay, so we're out of these. And I wouldn't mind having one of those, actually. Nice. We got another surprise right over here. He's sitting there, you can hear him. I think I wasted a bullet there. Actually, I know I did. Alright, and I would recommend running around these just to make sure you opened all of them. I know I did, but you just want to be sure. Because resources, as you know, are hard to come by in this game. And you want to be sure you got everything. Oh yeah. And we gotta go back anyways. So you're kind of doing two things at once. So you want to head up here, go right back to the safe that we couldn't open before. Yeah, I recommend once you get a code, and you can click Y, and it goes right to it for you. 50, 60, 80, I was way off. Boom. Much needed materials. Bottle of acid. Empty bottle. Beautiful. We need it all. Alright, let's see what we can make. What to do with this knife? What I like to do is use the knife until it's like beat up real good. And then once it's beat up, then you go ahead and use it for scrap.
AI Control Center. NOAA. Reboot failure. No response. Containment protocol.
Alright, now we got one of the statues right here.
Inactive.
We want to make sure to get that. Uh-oh. Alright, so we gotta make some room. No problem. So what we're gonna do... Alright, let's see what we need. So we got 2 of these. 1 of these, 1 of those. Make 1 of those. Then we're gonna pop this. We can make 1 of these. We need a little more blood. And now we got a full map. Pick that up. You get up here. No, dude, I didn't jump the whole way. Do a wiener stab. Or taint stab, whatever you want to call it. But that thing up on the ledge was an empty bottle, so we're going to go back around and pick that up. Come here. Dude, they had to did that on purpose, bro. There's no way that wasn't intentional. Because out of 100, 80 of them are right in the ween. Or up to pooper. One of the two. This is what should have happened the first time. Waste of my time. But we need the resources. Don't leave anything when you're playing this game, because you're gonna need every bit of it. Trust me on that. Alright, we're about to walk into a pleasant surprise. Surprise! Surprise, surprise, surprise. I should have just went around them. Come here. Her hand's been in some rough places, dude. Her finger's got a stink. Stinky finger. I don't know where those two came from, but they came from. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. All right, so now we're at the door. We got both the pieces to open it. So this is about it, man. Yep. Next stage is Leon. Good luck, peeps. Peace.